So we are going to continue with this same question paper. Last time we did three powerful questions, and I explained some important concepts which you need to know and understand. Make sure if you haven't watched that video, you watch, and make sure maybe you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe, because on this channel we learn mathematics. As you can see, we learn biology, we learn science, that is physics and chemistry. So you will be enjoying all those subjects through this same channel. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you click on the notification button so that whenever I upload a new video, you get to know. So I'm going to continue with this same question paper. I'll be showing you the questions. This is mathematics paper 1, by the way, which of course is 2019. So I'll be showing you the questions and I'll be writing the questions and I'll be actually answering as I was doing, slow by slow, so that you understand and you get the concept. All I need is you to get distinction 1 in mathematics. I want you to get distinction 1 in mathematics. So make sure you actually pay particular attention. Make sure you watch this video up to its end, because I know you are going to actually get some new concepts, maybe which you haven't even heard. Maybe it will be the first time and the last time for you to actually hear about these concepts. Alright, so this is a question we are going to begin with. This is question 4. We did last time 3 powerful questions. So make sure you watch that video. So the first question, which is of course question 4, which is right over here. This is a question we are going to begin with. So we have been taught to actually shed A union C complement intersection what B in the Venn diagram in the space provided. So we have been given this diagram, as you can see, which is right over here, and then you have been given this expression, and then you have been told to shed this expression, which is A union C, which is right over here, A union C complement intersection what? Intersection B. So I want you to actually understand these concepts. Before I can start answering this question, I want you to understand this complement. What does it mean? So complement, whenever you see a complement, just know that what they are telling you is to exclude what has been given. So let's say, for example, let me just give you an example. We have been given set A, which is having these elements 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we have been given set what? Set B, which is of course having these elements 1, 7, 3, then 8. Okay. And then they tell you to say, write an expression A complement. Write an expression A complement. So what does it mean? So what they are actually asking you about is just to write the members which are not, or the elements which are not in A. You need to exclude the elements which are in A. I hope you are getting it. A complement means write the members but exclude those which are in A. So in this case, we are going to say A complement. What is our A complement? We are going to consider the elements which are in A. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the elements which are in A. So for us to write A complement and the union of these two sets, the union of these two sets is having all these elements, So now for us to write A complement, we are going to consider first A. We are going to consider the elements which are in A. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this complement means that we need to exclude these elements which are in A. I hope we're getting it. So which elements are in A? So elements which are in A are 1, which is this one. So we are going to exclude this one. 2, 3. 3 is going to be excluded. And then 4. So our answer for this question is just 7 and what? 7 and 8. I hope you have gotten that. That is what it means when they tell you to say A complement, B complement, and D, something like that. So that is what complement means. So now, having understood that concept, let's go and answer our question. I hope you have gotten one or two concepts. This is how I teach. I give you some examples besides this question so that you understand, so that by the time you actually come to this question, by that time you have gotten all the concepts in such a way that it will be very simple for us to handle that particular question. So in this case, you have been taught to say A union C complement, and you have been taught to shed A union C complement intersection what? Intersection B. Okay, so in the first place, the first thing you need to know is that here we have been taught to exclude A union C. A union C is this one. Let me show you. A union C. This union, when talk of union, we are just talking about combining two things or more than two things. Just a combination of things, that is union. That's why we normally use the term unit. We need to be united. It means we need to be combined. I hope you are getting it. So now, A union C. A union C. A union C. Get me well. Let me just write it well. A union C. A union C. If you see A union C, we are just combining what? A and C. But if you see, maybe let's say for example A intersection C. A intersection C, you just need to actually go where A is intersecting with C. Where A is intersecting with C, which is of course this part which is right over here. But when talk of A union C, just combine A and C. This is A. And this is what? This is C. So A union C, we just need to combine these two sets. A union C. So now, according to the question, we need to complement. We need to exclude. I hope now it is making sense. We need to exclude A union C. That is the question. And we are done. We are done. We are done with the question. We need to exclude A union C. Intersection what? Intersection B. This intersection simply means we need to combine A union C intersection. We find where it is intersecting. A union C, where it is intersecting with what? With B. Have you seen? A union C, where it is A union C complement. We complement what is in A union C, then we intersect it with what? With B. So now, if you remove A union C, what we are remaining with, mind you, this A union C actually is passing in B, because this is B, as you can see. But this part, which is right over here, is also a part of what? Is part of what? Of A. And since we have excluded A and C, even this part, which is also forming a part of B, is also part of what? Part of C. So we follow the complement. We need to exclude this. So now, after we have excluded A union C, so what we are going to remain with is what we are going to shed. I hope you are getting it. So what we're trying to say that, okay, let me just do this so that you understand well. Okay, so now this is the set A, and this is the set B, and this is what? Set C. So this is set A, set B, and set C. So A union C complement. A union C complement. A is this one, and C this one. So we complement. We actually exclude this. What are we going to remain with? We have been taught that we need to intersect it with what? With B. So the only part which is remaining is this one. So this is the answer. This is the answer they were actually asking us to find. Very simple. I hope you have gotten, and maybe in case you have any questions, I forgot to tell you that in the first video. If you have any questions, make sure you write it in the comment box. Okay, so that is it. That is all we need to do about this question. So that is the first question, and that is the answer for the first question. Let's go to question 5. This one is very interesting. I want you to actually understand this question. We have been taught to factorize. Okay, let me just show you. This is question 5. This is question 5. factorize completely 4ab plus 6ac minus 6bd minus 9cd. I hope you have seen it. And they have given us how many marks? 2 marks. So let me just write it. So we have been told to factorize completely 4ab plus 6ac minus 6bd then minus 9cd. Okay, so now what we need to know, so the question is factorize completely. Okay, this is a question, factorize completely. So now, what you need to know and understand is that factorize, so to say factorize is different from what? Simplifying. Factorizing is different from what? Simplifying. So, when you are in the first video, when I was explaining about simplification, when you want to simplify something, you just need to make it what? To be simple. That is what I was explaining. So now, in this case, we are not going to make this question to be simple, because what you have been asked is not to simplify but to do what? To factorize. So in this case, what we normally do, we are just going to look for numbers which can divide, and then those numbers which are having some common letters. Get me well. So in this case, we are going to divide. If you have been given a certain question which is looking like this, what you need to know is that you need to divide this question in 2 portions. You group these all numbers in 2 portions or in 2 groups. You form 2 groups. So that means that you need to couple 2 numbers, and also their letters. 2 numbers, 2 numbers, and their respective what? Letters. So in this case, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to form 2 groups by actually collecting 2 numbers with their respective letters. So now, for you to collect well, for you to answer this question, when collecting the numbers, you need to consider the letters if they have something in common, if they have something in what? In common. And the numbers which we are collecting, if they can do what? They can factorize or they can divide themselves. I hope you are getting it. So in this case, we have 4, we have 6. I can find the common denominator. I can find a number which can go into 4 and into 6, which is of course 2. But is this 4 having the letters which are actually, is this 4 having the letters which have a common letter with 6? Yes, of course. We can see that we have A, and here we have what? We have A. So in this case, I can get these 2 numbers and couple them. So this is going to be 4. So now that I've gotten this, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. Since I can couple these 2 numbers, then it means that even these 2 numbers can be coupled. If they cannot be coupled, make sure you actually follow the rules which I've explained so that you can couple them well. So in this case, since they can be coupled, I'm going now to factorize this. So how do we factorize? We are going to say which number can go into 4 and into 6. Definitely 2 can go. Okay, I don't know what is happening. Okay, so let me just do this. So 2 can go. So now after I have these 2, I'm going to get the common letter. So the common letter in this case is what? Is A. So I'm going to factorize this. So 4ab divided by 2a. So that is the same as 4 divided by 2. The answer is what? The answer is 2. ab divided by a. This one is going to cancel with this one. So we are going to remain with what? With b. Have you seen? Plus, since the sign I'm having here is positive, plus 6 divided by 2. Here we divide a number by a number, and then we divide letters by a letter. I hope you are getting it. So 6 divided by 2, the answer is what? The answer is 3. Then AC divided by A. This one is going to cancel with this one. Very simple. So that is how we do. It is very, very simple. I want you to understand these concepts because I know that if you get these concepts, it will be very easy for you to actually handle questions like this one. So AC divided by this A, we are going to remain with what? We are going to remain with C. So the only trick which is here, what we have gotten this side must be the same with what we are going to get this side from this side. I hope you are able to get to understand me. So what you have gotten this side in the brackets, as you can see, you have 2b plus 3c. That simply means that even on this side you are going to get something which will be just the same as this one. So here we are having negative 6bd minus 9cd minus 9cd. Okay. So we are going to say what is the number which can go into 6 and 9? Definitely it's what? It's 3. So now remember, here we need to write a sign. Here we need to write a sign, but we need to wait. We need to wait. Then what is the common letter? What is the common letter? Have you seen? This is very simple. The common letter is what? Is D, which is this one and this one. Is D. That is the common letter. So this is what you are having. So now after this one is having a positive. So we need to actually put a sign which when we multiply with this one is going to give us a positive number, because this one is having a positive. Have you seen? So now what we are going to have is that we are going to say, since here we are having a positive sign, even here we are going to have a positive sign. 6 divided by 3, the answer is what? The answer is 2. We do not temper. Immediately you see that here we are having a positive. Even here, what you need to know. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, even here what you need to know, you need to have a positive sign. So if you multiply this times what you're going to have, must actually bring you back to this one. If you say 4a times 4b, we are going, 2a times 2b, you are going to have 4ab. If you say 2a times positive 3c, you are going to have 6ac. Have you seen? So in the same manner, we are going to say 3d times 2. Now times 2, remember, what we have in here is 6. 6 divided by 3, the answer is 2. What about bd divided by what? This d. So this one will cancel with this one. We are going to have b, which is just the same as this one. Have you seen? So now, I want you to get something. I want you to understand. So what you need to do now, for you to write a sign here, I told you that you need to wait. You need to wait. You need to consider both sides, then you write a sign which is appropriate. So what we are going to do is that we are going to say 3d times 2b. The answer, of course, is what? 6bd. 6, this is, and this one is 6. Then d times b is bd. Have you seen? It doesn't matter whether you begin with d or whether you begin with b. It doesn't matter. Just one and same. So long as you are having the same letters. This is b and this is d and this is b. This is b and this is d. That's the same one and same thing. So now this is giving us 6. Now here, as you can see, this is negative. So we are going to write a negative sign is going to be outside here. It's going to be outside here. Have you seen? Due to the fact that here we are having a positive inside, even here we are not going to write a negative sign here, because if you write a negative sign, then it is going to be different from this one, and that is very wrong. What you need, that is a critical point which is just there on this question. Whatever you have written in this first part must be the same as the second part, what you are going to write in the second bracket. So that is how we do it. So now, having done that, okay, I don't know what is happening to my markers. Okay, having done that, so what you need to do next, we are going to say 9 divided by 3. 9 divided by 3, the answer is what? The answer is 3. Okay, the answer is 3. Okay, let me just do this. Right, so what I was saying that, sorry for the inconveniences, I was actually fixing my markers. I don't know what is happening. So here we have a negative sign, not so. Here we have this negative sign. So now, 9 divided by 3. What is the answer? The answer is what? The answer is 3. The answer is, of course, 3. That is the answer. Then CD. CD divided by what? Divided by D. So if you cancel this one with this one, you are going to remain with what? With C. So what sign are we going to actually write here in between? So what you need to know is that this sign which is here must be the same as this one. So automatically we are going to put a positive sign. And for you to know that for sure what I've written is correct, you need to actually try to multiply if you're going to get the same things. So 3d, negative 3d times 2 positive 2b, we are going to get negative 6bd. Then negative 3d times positive what? Positive 3c, we are going to have negative 9cd. Because negative times positive, the answer is what? Is negative. You need to understand that if you wrote here a negative sign, then it means that you have changed the sign, because negative times negative, the answer is what? The answer is positive. You need to know and understand these concepts. Negative times positive, the answer is negative. Negative times negative, the answer is what? Positive. But positive times positive, the answer is what? Is positive. So when you multiply negative times negative, it produces a sign which is different, which is a positive sign. But if you multiply positive times itself, which is positive, it produces the same positive sign. But on this instance whereby you have a negative sign, then you have a positive sign, then just know that if you multiply these two, they are going to give you what? A negative sign. So for you to be sure now, that you have actually factorized this question, what you need to do now, you need to actually consider if this one is the same as this one. If, like in our case, we have positive 2b plus 3c, even here we have 2b plus 3c. For us to be sure, you can multiply this, is going to give you this first part. You can also multiply this, is going to give you this second part. So now, what we're going to do, how are we going to conclude? We should not just leave the question just like that. No. Since we are having this part which is just common, which is the same, we're going to actually write 1. You're just going to get 1 between these two. So we're going to say 2a, which is this one, minus 3 what? 3d. You put them in the brackets, as you can see. Have you seen? Then what we are having, which is the same, is 3b plus what? 3c. Have you seen? And this marks the end of what? Sorry, not 3b, but 2b. Sorry. This is 2a, which is this one, then minus 3d, which is this one. You put them in the brackets. Then you actually get now n between these two. You get n because they're just one and the same. So you can get this one or this one. They're just one and the same. So this is 2b plus what? 3c. So now, since we have reached this extent, whereby the next step now, if you want to, you cannot simplify this further, because if you want to simplify, then it means you are going to start expanding. If you multiply this one times this one, you're going to have something like 4ab. So this is where we are supposed to do what? To end. This is where we are supposed to do what? To end from, and this marks the end of this question. I hope you have got. I have taken time to explain this question because I know that most of the pupils get it wrong. But I hope from henceforth you'll be actually handling it very easily. Okay, so this is question 5. Let's proceed. Let's go to question 6. And this question is very interesting because I know that most